Hey, everybody, before we start this episode, we have a favor to ask you on behalf of our friends at W.D. O'Connell Whiskey Merchants, and that's to vote for them in the 2023 Irish Whiskey Society America Awards. Down below in the episode description, you'll find a link to the 2023 Irish Whiskey Society America Awards ballot, the IZZIs, as they're affectionately known. And this is the second annual awards program celebrating Irish whiskey in the USA. So yes, it's for the 2023 awards, but the 2023 awards happen in 2024. We'd love it if you support our friends at W.D. O'Connell Whiskey Merchants. There are 5 nominations in each of the 14 categories, and voting is open until January 10th, 2024, and the favorites will be announced January 21st during a virtual member event. So also, if you're not a member of the Irish Whiskey Society America, why not consider joining them as well? So again, follow the link in the episode description, go to the Irish Whiskey Society America Awards, and vote for your favorite Irish whiskeys. All right, on to the episode. Hey, welcome to the Dripping Stone Podcast, the podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
And I'm Kyle.
Hey.
Hey, Nick.
Happy New Year to you, Kyle.
Same to you, sir.
Yeah, it's 2024.
Wow.
I know.
We're like time travelers.
Yeah, because we're recording this not in 2024.
Yeah. But when it's actually released and done, it will indeed be 2024.
It will be 2024.
Crazy.
Well, it is 2024.
Yeah, it will be and is at the same time.
Correct. So, Happy New Year to you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thank you.
Happy that 2023 is over?
That's a good question. No, actually, it was a really good year overall.
Doug, 2023, highlighted year?
Yeah, I mean, there's some ups, there's some downs, but
sure.
I think as a whole, it was a good year. We did a lot of firsts in this year.
Yeah.
A lot of firsts for me personally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for Dripping Stone specifically, yeah. 2023 was a epic year.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me personally, there's a lot of cool stuff. For the podcast, a lot of really cool stuff going on as well. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I would say that, like anything, like I'm glad that it's done. Looking forward to the future. I don't look back at it as a bad year by any means.
Okay.
But, keep moving forward kind of a thing.
I'm right there.
Yeah.
It was a great year, but now I'm ready to look forward and see what happens.
Yeah, agreed.
Speaking of looking forward.
Yeah.
Guess where we are?
I don't know if it's forwards, backwards. I don't know where I'm at.
Well, we're
currently.
we're recording this weird time period between
we're
the Christmas holiday and the New Year holiday.
Yeah. Outside of a brewery where it's absolutely raining and rather cold.
I'd say it's disgusting.
It's not Florida. I know that.
It's definitely not Florida. We're in the great New England state of Maine.
The Maine state.
Exactly. Vacation land.
Vacation land, as they call it.
Yeah, exactly. How did we get here?
Well, I woke up a couple of days ago and was told to get on an airplane. Not knowing
on a jet plane.
Not knowing where I was going or when I'd be back again. But landed in Maine.
Yeah.
And you happened to be there.
Yeah,
Legit.
I met you guys at the airport.
Yeah, and I had no clue about any of it.
Yeah,
I didn't know where I was going, who was going to be there. But here we are.
The best part is like in the Maine airport, and for those of you who've been in the Maine airport, there's an escalator that everybody basically has to walk down.
Huge airport.
Oh yeah,
gargantuan.
Massive.
Yeah, not really.
Well, if you've been to Atlanta, it's not that big.
Yeah, it's like a sixth of that.
Maybe. So there's this escalator that everybody is basically funneled down.
Right.
And Carol and I are like, okay, let's wait for Kyle and his family at the bottom of this escalator.
Right.
Sure enough, you guys are coming down the escalator. I'm making eye contact, or I thought I was making eye contact with your entire family. Not a one of you
Nobody.
saw. No. Until your wife looked over, and she's like, boom, there they are.
Recognize that beard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I've got a big red beard, and like ain't a
yeah, but
one
you're in the country for that. Like New England is built for that look, Like it wasn't that surprising.
You're not wrong. Like I fit in with more places in the U.S. than I don't fit in.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Like Colorado, I fit in.
Right there.
Yep. Pacific Northwest?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Central Florida?
I fit
Nailed
in.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Georgia? Sure.
Yeah, make it work.
Maine? I fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is an after Christmas trip.
Yeah. Right after the big holiday.
Yeah, literally.
Right before New Year's, we're like squeezing it right into that crazy week.
Though I've come to kind of realize in doing trips during this time period and not doing trips in this time period, like I love this time period of like that week between Christmas and New Year's,
right?
Because it's perfect for vacation.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it sucks for travel wise, like For the most part, because everyone's trying to travel around that time.
Right.
But if you can figure out places where people aren't going to be,
Sure.
it's a good time to travel.
Well, it's probably one of those deals, too, of like people that are from the area that know that this is a big holiday season tend to not want to be out and about in it anyway.
Exactly.
So it's kind of deceiving. Like you think it's going to be crazy busy, but then it's kind of not.
Yeah.
And you sneak in a lot of fun.
And I think for us, because we come from the true vacation land,
Right.
where like everything is busy all the time, and like now,
Right.
I mean,
The tourism capital of the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like around the Mouse House right now, man, it is insane.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be there.
So, well,
a lot of people
I
do
don't
want
want
to be
to be.
there.
I don't
but
wanna
it's
be
like,
there.
if you're from there, you don't want to be there.
You want nothing to do with
Yeah.
it. So, for me, like getting away and getting out of that area around this time of year is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So we find ourselves in Maine, and we find ourselves in the city of Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine.
And we're here at Allagash Brewing.
Allagash Brewing.
Yeah.
Pretty big brewery.
It actually, I mean, production-wise, it is a pretty hefty brewery.
They've got a quite the setup here.
Yeah.
We're sitting out here in the outside hut with our own private heater.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it is
They set it up.
brisk
Well,
out.
they set it up for us.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, we got the invite. We thought we'd make it happen. Somehow even Allagash knew we were going to be here, and I didn't.
Well, I called ahead, and I was like, hey, Drippin' Stone's coming. Only Stone is aware of this.
Don't ruin the surprise,
Correct.
but lay out the red carpet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not exactly a red carpet,
Yeah,
but
no.
it is a pebbled carpet.
Sure.
I think good enough. Good
Soggy
enough.
carpet.
Soggy carpet, yeah. So Allagash is actually one of the Northeast's biggest breweries in terms of like recognition and winning a bunch of awards. This year, when we were at the Great American Beer Fest, they won the gold medal for the triple in the Belgian style Abbey Ale category. They won the silver medal for the Allagash White in the Belgian wit beer category.
We've already had that one.
And they won Brewery and Brewer of the Year in the brewery group size category, which is a certain size of brewery.
Wow.
So, like, this is a highly awarded brewery.
I mean, that's incredible that, you know, all the way out in Colorado,
I know.
the big brew fest that you were there for, and they pulled in some major awards from that.
Yeah.
All the way out here in Maine. Like,
And-
that's got to be... They got to be proud of themselves.
Yeah.
For sure.
And when I figured out that we were going to Maine, because I knew before you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm still not sure.
That you're here in Maine?
Of it, yeah.
I was like, we need to go to Allagash.
Yeah, for sure.
So they've won a bunch of GABF medals in the past. And so I figured, because we're going to be in Maine, we probably should try some
No
Allagash.
better place for Drippin' Stone to stop by.
All right, so what do we got?
Well, we got 4 pours in front of us here.
Ooh, I like it.
I believe starting right to left. I think we're going to start out with the Haunted House,
Okay.
which is a hoppy dark ale.
It is dark.
We've got the Ghoul Ship, which is an aged sour ale brewed with pumpkin and molasses.
Ooh.
We then have the
Hold on. Pumpkin and molasses.
pumpkin and molasses, and it is very pumpkin colored.
It is very
for sure.
pumpkin colored, yep.
Moving on to the Foliage Report, a Belgian style double. I like double.
Double sounds better. Dude, yeah, let's go double.
Finishing off with the kicker, the 10%,
Ooh.
the Grand Season, a Belgian style ale brewed with cinnamon, ginger, and sweet orange peel.
Christmas
Sounds
AF.
holiday festivus for the best of us.
Well, I love that we basically go from just a dark hoppy lager
Yep.
to what I assume is a fall
Probably
beer.
a fall offering
Sure.
that they just got still some
Still
left.
hanging out.
might be a bad sign.
Maybe. to another fall-ish beer to I'm pretty sure a Christmas beer.
Yeah.
So you want to just get into it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, go.
All right,
with the-
let's start with that haunted house.
I love the ABV on this. I'm going to read it for you.
Yeah.
It's 6.66%.
That's pretty good.
It's really specific, and it's dark. I love that you just went for it. No smelling
Yeah, I
involved.
wanted a bunch of it there. Chocolatey, dark.
I'm going nose first. You jumped in.
Okay.
Chocolatey and dark. All right,
Nice,
I'm going to
nice.
jump in. Yeah,
I was talking about the nose also.
yeah, sure. All right, I'm going to take a swig while you talk about it.
It's fantastic. Like a lot of flavor, really smooth. It's almost I wouldn't necessarily call it a session, but it's like really crushable.
Yeah,
it's not too thick.
When you look at a beer that's this dark, you think, oh my God, it's going to be thick.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not. You have all those dark, toasty, roasty, malty notes, but it's not like, whoa, it's not super thick and heavy.
Yeah, and it's like it's got a lot of flavor, but none of the flavors are like attacking your palate.
Right.
You know, it's well balanced.
Yeah.
It's everything I want in a dark beer, and it's still got a decent proof on it.
And it's accentuated by this really nice, even hoppy characteristic. Just like super even.
Yeah.
Because I think hoppy can go really bitter, hoppy can go piney and just too much, and this is just nice and even keel.
Yeah, I mean it's like a roasted ale. I mean it's got all that hop and character to it with that lovely kind of burnt toasted flavor.
Right.
Freaking delicious.
It is.
Man,
really
that's
good.
great.
We got to probably take some of that home.
Yeah, no joke. That's a good call.
It's a really good beer.
Man,
Wow.
I wonder like it being called the Haunted House. I wonder too if it is like a fall offering.
Sure.
But man, that's
Which actually
straight up delightful.
gives me a little hope for our next one, the Ghoul Ship, just because if this is a fall offering and it's still on, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
So my assumption is that the Ghoul Ship is going to be also fantastic.
For sure. You ever been to Maine before?
I have never been to Maine.
This is your first time here?
It is my first time here. So we were actually a couple years ago, 2021, I think, summer 2021. Carol and I took a trip up here to New England.
Right.
And our goal was actually to make it up here to like Portland and Kennebunkport, which is a little bit south of Portland. And prices in Maine in the summer are
Surprisingly.
astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've conferred with multiple people, and a couple of people that I know are from Maine.
Right.
And it's like a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't joke around.
Yeah, like some people. I mean, you might not have looked this up, but just to give you
I
kind
didn't.
of,
I didn't know
I
you were
know you did. I know you did. But to give the listeners a kind of an understanding.
Yeah.
In our neck of the woods, a Super 8 motel,
Right.
generally not considered high accommodations.
Sure, sure.
And you can probably find a Super 8 motel in Florida, $50 a night.
Sure.
Maybe 60, 70 pushing it.
Right.
When Carol and I looked at coming to Maine a couple years ago,
Yeah. In the summertime.
in the summertime, a Super 8 was like $250, $300.
Man.
And I was like,
Nah.
we ain't doing that.
Don't like it.
Yeah, ain't doing that. So no, I've never been to Maine.
I mean, I think we've come to discover that we're here on a bit of a heat wave.
Yes.
For the time period that we're here.
Right.
I don't think it's going to get below freezing while we're here.
Nope.
But it definitely is fitting for what I feel like New England is this time of year.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the sun since I've been here.
Nope.
Very gray. Everything's been drizzled and covered with rain.
Fog.
Fog.
Fog's been heavy, thick. Yeah.
So it's been enjoyable that it's, even though it's not just absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, I think it's super atmospheric. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
It's really atmospheric, and it reminds you, or it kind of sets that, like in my mind anyway, what I think of New England. This is kind of what I think about.
Sure.
Like, not, and I know that Maine gets really cold, it gets snowy and beautiful and all those things, but like, this is kind of more what I think about.
Sure. And like we were talking specifically about, especially being from Florida,
Right.
A state that is very maritime, that is very
Yeah.
beach oriented, and the ocean is a huge aspect of where we're from.
Right.
To come up here and see it in a different way, in a different, like where you can be on one road less than a mile away and it feels like you're in the mountains.
Right.
And then all of a sudden be
Yeah.
at the ocean side is a really strange dynamic
Yeah.
coming from a Floridian.
Well, and you just said, like, when I think of Florida, I don't think of Florida as being maritime. I think of Florida
Sure.
as being like beaches.
Right.
Not to say that there's not a huge bustling, industry around our ports and around the ocean, because there is.
Right.
But like here, it's different. Like here, I think
It's
maritime.
rugged.
It's rugged.
It's
I think
not
maritime.
it's not luxurious.
Right. Like Florida.
I mean, it is luxurious in some ways because we just saw a mansion just a minute
Sure.
ago. That was
But I think like
gorgeous.
What I mean is
But-
like Florida's like sport fishing. Like it's luxurious and like it's going to cost me thousands
For
of dollars
sure.
to go sport fishing. Versus here, fishing is like no. Like,
it's more
gonna
rugged.
suck.
It's
like
it's,
like
it's cages and
right.
yeah,
And the weather's going to be gross.
Yeah.
And we're going to be pitching and rolling on that deck.
yeah,
And we're going to love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Moving to the Ghoul Ship, right?
Well, Ghoul's Ship,
Ghoul's
or is it Ghoul's Chip?
Ghoul's Chip, Ghoul's Ship, Ghoul Ship, Ghoul.
I'm going to
Chip.
spell it. And I'm going to let everybody decide it for themselves. It's GHOULSCHIP. How would you say that?
I mean, I'm reading it as Ghoul Ship, and
That's how I'm
there's just
reading it, too.
something, like it's kind of like sometimes how people like to spell theater with like the extra R.
Sure.
Theatry.
Right. Yeah.
I'm reading it as like maybe it's something like locally that I'm just not accustomed to the spelling.
It's a pun that we're not aware of,
Yeah.
or something like that. Okay.
Just we're not in on it.
So this is
But that's the way I'm reading it anyway.
So this is an aged sour ale,
Brewed with pumpkin and molasses.
pumpkin and molasses. I'm gonna smell it first before you take a big old swig.
Before I down half of it.
It smells like a sour beer.
This is popping in at 7%. So a little knock up.
I don't know why I just smelled the mic. I do that every time. It smells like Mike.
I would say like on the nose, I'm getting more citrus.
Yeah, I get citrus too, and I
A
get
little dank.
that sour funk.
Yeah, that's sour
That
dank.
sour dank. I get no pumpkin on the nose. Slight touch of sweet of molasses, but on the palate,
A lot of sour.
a lot of sour. But a lot of sour and like just slight molassesy, almost like syrupy note.
Yeah, and I get the pumpkin spice on the end, on the finish.
Like, but it's like a
Yeah, it's like you're eating a pumpkin pie. You had a bite of it, and then you like drank a lot of that sour ale, and then when you're finished, there's still a little bit of that pumpkin left over.
exactly.
But like the sour ale's dominating. Damn, I really like that one too.
I know.
That's really good.
Like I don't know.
That's a fun sour.
I get it's not so sour that it's like,
Yeah,
because we've had some sours that are like,
yeah. It doesn't give that warhead.
why is that vinegary or that warhead quality?
Yeah,
This is more like,
Yeah.
exactly.
doesn't give you that.
This is more like cool and refreshing, almost like a cucumber salad is cool. I'm not saying it tastes like a I'm not saying it tastes like a cucumber salad,
No.
but like that, like it's just slightly acidic, but it's like cool and refreshing, with this like dark molasses quality.
Yeah, that's quite pleasant.
Yeah, that's good. So when someone says, "Hey, we're going to Maine,"
Yeah.
how do you respond?
Well, I mean, I never got that. Me and the kids opened a present that had a packing list, and then we had to go open that packing list. And this was at like 8 o'clock the night before,
Oh,
and we were told we're leaving the house at 5 in the morning.
get your shit
So
together
go pack these items.
now.
It wasn't until we were at the airport and on the way to the terminal that we finally realized the location of our
Sojourn.
journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
where we were headed. So yeah, no, it was very dreamlike. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, like it was just very confusing,
Surreal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Of like I don't know what's going on. I don't know, and then like as the day evolved, different aspects of the trip changed and things were added. And
People were added.
and it was very like, you definitely get at the end of it, and it's like I don't really know what to think anymore. I don't
Right.
know if I can accept the information that's being provided to me, because over the last 2 weeks it's always been off a little. Or no information provided. There have been several people that have known about this trip that I've asked, "Hey, do you know what's going on? Like, can you give me any kind of a clue what to expect?" No hints provided. A lot of people said, "Absolutely not. I don't know what's going on."
Yeah.
That absolutely knew what was going on. And
Well,
I think they're just scared. They're scared people, and
Sure.
I believe that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I
I'm here.
understand that.
I'm here to tell you right now, in front of you and in front of every listener, I knew absolutely what was going on.
Yeah.
But I was not one of those people that told you
Yeah.
that I did not know what was going on.
Yeah.
Because the questions that were asked of me were
By me.
by you,
Yeah.
correct? Were
I never asked specific
no.
stuff.
You said you were worried about recording the podcast.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I
you-
was looking out for you.
You asked me, "How are we going to record this week? Do you know where I'm going?"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Don't worry about it. We'll be okay."
Yeah. Yeah, I was told by you, don't worry about it. We can squeeze something into the week.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little virtual thing if we have to. Out of respect for you, I didn't push the issue. I didn't ask you, do you know?
You did not.
I didn't give you that. So yeah.
I would have given you a straight answer.
Yeah.
Yes, I do know. Are you going to tell me? No, I am not. I'm under strict orders not to.
Fair enough. I think we both learned from the situation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
I'll press you harder next time.
What did I learn?
I would have told you. I would have told you, I know. How much do you want to know?
That's a great man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's the way I would have played it.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe not. Maybe not in the heat of the moment.
No, okay. What if Carol came to you and said, "I'm planning this thing for Nick.
Yeah.
Don't say anything."
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me.
Not straight up, but if you start asking me, I would have got excited. I would have said,
How much do you want to know?
How much do you want to know?
Okay. I like your response, and I absolutely believe you. Like that seems like a very Kyle thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I do know. How much do you want me to ruin this thing?
Yeah, that's just me in my head.
Sure.
Of like that's what I would have done.
Right.
And I can't look at it that way.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
All right, you want to move on to the next one?
All right, next one.
What you got?
Next one, I believe, is the foliage report. A Belgian-style double.
Foliage?
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 Foliage.
Listen, that word is actually one of the words that like I just find difficult to pronounce for whatever reason.
Foliage.
Foliage.
The foliage report.
Okay. Which is a what?
It's a Belgian-style double.
Ooh.
Or are you talking about what is a foliage report?
No. Like the beer.
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
about the foliage.
Yeah, it's a 7% Belgian-style double.
Yeah.
What's a double?
It's a
2 singles?
yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Basically, a double is a Belgian ale.
Sure.
That has just a little bit more proof. So when I say a little bit more proof, you're talking north of like, I'm gonna say 7 to maybe 9, give or take.
Okay.
What do we got here?
This one's a 7.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say 7 to 9, and then you got triples, and triples usually happen after like 9 to 12 ish.
Yeah, they do have a triple.
Yeah.
At 9.
Okay, so to me, like that's what it is. I'm sure there's like some really, specific definitions of what those things actually are.
Right.
But like that's what I've come to kind of understand about them.
Actually, nothing to do with hops or.
Not to my understanding.
All right. Belgian style, and let me say, like so far, of like what has been presented to us from Allagash.
Yeah.
The Belgian style, everything seems to be like very
True to style.
Yeah, true
Sure,
to style.
Sure.
And like so far, man, loving it.
Yeah. All right, on the nose.
On the nose.
It smells like a red ale or just like a malty beer.
Sure.
Yeah. You already smell it? You already sipped it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. You took a potty break. I needed something to do to pass the time.
Okay. I'm going to go in for it.
Go for it.
Hot damn.
Right?
Wow. That was like malty and sweet. I don't get a whole lot of proof on it. Like there's not a good amount of ABV.
Yeah, it'd be sneaky.
Yeah. But like it's there, but it's like slight. It just like eases you into it.
And it like ups the sweetness component. It's definitely a little bit more like syrupy, a little more molassesy.
The mouthfeel is thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than the previous two.
For sure.
So I think that would be the indicator there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like nothing bad you can say about it.
No.
Like,
definitely
just
not.
delightful.
And man, like I'm gonna take me another sip.
Yeah,
of
go
it.
for it.
It's that combination of a lot of flavor, but easy drinkability. It's
Yeah.
like just puts it, man. That's that's
great
fantastic.
nighttime pour right there.
Yeah. Oh, sitting by a fire maybe, or like
Just after a long day,
yeah.
sit back. Like you're gonna get something that's gonna be like filling.
Sure.
A lot of flavor though.
Yeah.
Kind of desserty.
A little desserty.
bit,
a little desserty. I could say a little desserty. Yeah.
That'd be a great nightcap
Oh,
right there.
man. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You got another main question?
All right. Our first day yesterday, we went to a lobster place.
Yeah.
You also have already been to a restaurant on the pier.
Yeah, I did.
And you had a lobster.
I did.
Is that a must do?
Ooh. Okay.
If you're here?
Full disclosure.
Yep.
I'm a big seafood guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big lobster guy.
I'm right there with you.
I honestly, I don't see the point in them.
Yeah.
Because generally they're very expensive.
Sure.
You don't get a whole lot of meat.
Yep.
It's a lot of work. I feel the same way about crab. Like
I will separate from you there.
Okay. With a crab, again, it's a lot of work.
Yep.
You don't get a whole lot of meat.
Yep.
And they're expensive.
Yep.
But I like both of those things.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Like I like lobster.
Yep.
But I don't want to do all the work for it, and it's expensive. So
Right.
like if there's like lobster mac and cheese or something, I don't care.
Not my thing.
But I feel like when in,
Sure.
you do the thing.
Yeah. One in do.
And so for me, Carol was like, well, what are you going to get? And this menu was like all seafood. I'm like, oh man, this is tough.
Right.
And then they had this like, 1.5 pound lobster with some local clams and just like a couple sides. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Best lobster experience that you can think of?
Honestly, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
to be on the harbor like you were.
Exactly.
At that place at that time.
Yeah.
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 That's pretty iconic.
So there's this place in Rhode Island, in Charlestown, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's called the Nordic Lodge, and it's expensive. It's like almost $100 a person, but it's all you can eat. and it's all you can eat lobster.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so like they're giving you
Whole lobsters.
whole lobsters.
Yeah.
And Carol and I went a couple years ago, and it's fantastic. It's good, but it's also like you're pumping out lobsters.
Sure.
So this was like we literally made this for you,
Right.
In this fantastic broth stuff.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the restaurant we went to yesterday, I had the lobster roll. I had the lobster roll. Yeah.
How was it?
It was delightful.
It's great.
It's great. I mean, I've had lobster rolls in other places.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Sure.
Being in the right setting.
Exactly.
I think that's the interesting thing about food and drink.
Right.
Is that the setting can provide
100%
exponential benefit,
Yeah.
to the thing.
Well, it's like for me, when I'm at a baseball game, not that I find myself at a baseball game
Frequently.
right, but when I'm at a baseball game, I want a hot dog.
Sure.
More often than not, if I'm out somewhere, I'm not going to gravitate toward a hot dog.
Sure. That's never going to be my
But
go-to.
like a baseball game, I'm like, I want a hot dog.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. Like so much of the dining experience is location and aesthetic of the thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You have to like give that the due.
Yeah.
That it deserves, because when it's done well and it's done right,
Exactly.
do the thing.
In those situations, I'm willing to pay for it because like this is not cheap stuff.
Right.
But if it's done well and it's done in the right situation, I want to do the thing.
Every restaurant that we've been to so far since we've been here, like lobster is always an add-on.
Yeah.
It's always like, $24 add-on
for 3
an
to 4
accompaniment.
ounces of lobster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for an accompaniment on your dish.
But again,
Probably
win
worth
in.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But the lobster roll was good.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything we've had so far, like spot on, delicious.
Yeah. Been great.
Yeah.
And that's what I also, and we've had this conversation before. That's what I love about travel. It's like,
yeah.
it's not only seeing new places and seeing new things, but it's like, what's good to eat?
Well, yeah, and it's like, in the same point of you can have a lobster roll anywhere,
Right.
but you can't have a lobster roll in Maine anywhere.
Correct.
So like when you're there, do the thing that it's known for, the people that do it right,
Exactly.
and let it blow your mind.
Exactly. I'm 100% there. I'm right there with you.
All right, we got a final beer.
Sure. You want me to read this one for you?
Yeah, what's this one?
This is the Grand Season, which
Grand Saison.
I think we're in right now. The Grand Season.
Is this it?
I think so. This is a Belgian-style ale brewed with cinnamon, ginger, and sweet orange peel.
Sounds festive.
AF.
Yeah, they're leaning in on it.
This comes in at a whopping 10%.
Woo!
So we've slowly crept up.
Yeah,
And here we are.
What did we start? 666? 7, 10. Fucking 10.
Here we go.
Yeah. Very Varsity Blues.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Smell that thing.
Yeah, I smell brown ale
Yeah.
with a little holiday cheer.
Roasty, toasty, malted notes.
Yeah.
With a holiday cheer.
Yeah.
There's some cup of cheer in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in since I
Go
have the
ahead.
glass. Okay.
Go ahead. Damn. That was a gulp.
Whoa. Oh, man.
In a good way?
Oh, yeah. Here's my thing, and I don't say these things lightly because, like, once you're in the kind of position that we're in, you've had so many different things.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to impress.
Right.
But when you get something that's just like you did the thing that you said you're going to do,
Right.
and it's spot on and it's delicious,
Yeah.
I love it.
Man.
And like, is this the best Belgian style Christmas ale I've ever had? I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. But like, you know what I mean? Like all 4 of these beers, they're freaking
this
solid.
has been a great spread right here.
Yeah, they're solid. You get cinnamon?
I do.
Yeah. You
Touch of cinnamon.
you get a little orange peel?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about some ginger?
I'd have to search for it. But I think it's there.
Well, I'm gonna search for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go find that ginger.
That dog has a pink tail over there.
Poodle.
Doodle.
Doodle. What's a doodle?
It's a cross between a
Dog and a poodle?
poodle and a Labrador.
Call it a doodle.
Uh-huh. I don't know why. Well, they're called Labradoodles.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most people
then I
just
get
call
it.
them doodles.
Sounds like something I clogged the toilet with the other day.
Doodle?
Oh, done doodled.
Yeah, man, that is fantastic.
Yeah, I think what I'm really impressed by is that it's got the proof that it has attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you go north or 10 and above,
Right.
there's a punch of flavor that a lot of times too much for me.
I don't
it
disagree.
becomes too much.
It does.
But that doesn't.
So for
like
me,
that keeps the flavor right where it needs to be.
yeah,
And every single one of those things you're mentioning, like I can pick up on all of them.
yeah.
But it never becomes overwhelming and like, okay, here we go.
For
I'm gonna have
me,
to drink
it's
this.
always the sweet, like with a 10, 11, 12% beer,
Right.
you've got the sweet.
Yeah, it becomes like thick and
And
molassesy.
and I don't like that. Like whereas my dad loves that,
Right.
I can't stand that.
Right.
So like when you got something that's 10%, like this is dangerous
It's
because
still
it doesn't
that drinkable.
Right, exactly. It's crushable in some ways.
Yeah.
Like it's got a lot of flavor, but it's not heavy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. That's
Kudos to that.
impressive.
It really truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a couple days left here in Maine.
Yep.
Now that you've kind of settled into it, you at least know that we're here, or maybe
I'm
you
aware
believe
of my current location.
Correct. What do you expect out of the last couple days here in Maine?
I've got my mind set on relaxation. Like I don't have any plans.
Sure.
I literally know nothing about anything that we're doing. So like there's really nothing that I can contribute to in terms of like, hey, should we go do this or that?
Right.
So it's literally I'm just sitting back and enjoying the ride. Just more of what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, just more of
For sure.
going and seeing new stuff, experiencing new places, new things, new beer, new food, just doing the thing.
Yeah.
That's the joy of travel.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's letting to me like, I'm looking outside of our little hut right now, and it's in terms of our current time, it is 4 p.m. and it's starting to get dark.
Yeah, it's starting to get real dark real quick.
Yeah. But like letting travel happen to you.
Sure.
Like, yeah, you plan some things, or like, hey, let's go do this thing. But like, okay, that didn't work out.
Right.
Like the weather is not ideal to go for a hike.
Right.
We tried to do that kind of earlier. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
But like,
I bailed
okay, so
real quick.
You did.
Indeed, didn't even start.
Yeah. You were like, mm-mm.
Hey, y'all go have fun.
Yeah. Versus like, it would be very easy to go back to our hotels and Airbnbs respectively and go like, this sucks.
Sure.
But like, this is what travel is.
Well, and it's also like, maybe perhaps to the people who are from this area, this is kind of a washout day.
Sure.
But like,
sure.
I don't really look at it that way. Like, I'm getting to experience what being here is like.
Absolutely.
And this is part of it.
Yep.
And I don't hate that in any way.
Me neither. I get to hang out with people that I love.
Totally.
I get to do things that I like to do. I get to experience, like, honestly, I really actually like this kind of weather. I think it's just in my DNA.
Right.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
There's a German/Scottish saying, there is no bad weather, only bad clothes.
Indeed. Is that waterproof?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think?
Nah. It's a little wet around the neck area.
All right, we got 4 half pours left.
Yep.
Let's try to put these in some sort of an order.
Why would you do that to me?
There's no way to do it. I don't disagree. But just in the setting, your current setting, your
Yeah.
current mood,
Ooh.
in this moment in time,
I got it.
We can throw it in an order.
I
Right?
got it.
Surely we can do that.
If I'm thinking just where I am mentally, where I am weather-wise,
Yeah.
I
In the
got it.
moment.
Okay.
Very focused. Here we go.
You want me to go bottom top?
Yes. In
Okay.
your 4 spot, what do you got?
I'm gonna put the ghoul ship.
The ghoul ship was the pumpkin.
The aged sour brewed with pumpkin and molasses. Yeah,
That's your 4 spot.
that's gonna be my 4th spot.
My 4 spot, I'm going to throw at the foliage.
I'm there. I don't disagree.
And that's just because in the moment,
yeah.
in the moment,
I
I'm
don't
so
disagree.
impressed by all of these. And that one I think is kind of the safest. It's the one that I would have probably most often.
Sure.
And probably drink the most of overall because it's freaking delightful.
Agreed.
But in the moment, I'm going to put that just because I feel like it's kind of out of this lineup.
I think for me, like, because I'm getting the pumpkin pie spice notes,
Yep.
I'm past that season.
You're not in the moment.
I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I love the sour notes here. I
Yep.
love that. I'm just not there anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. In my 3rd spot, though, foliage for the exact same reason you said.
Gotcha. Well, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I'd probably put the ghoul ship there in my 3rd spot. Same reasons.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just not the time frame for it.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
That maybe is on
Little
us.
past it,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Freaking delightful.
I needed to try it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was really
agreed.
good. Okay, number 2 spot.
Oh, buddy. Tough. I'm going to go haunted house.
Damn, we
Yeah.
did it. We switched.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to actually go with the Grand Season.
Wow.
In my
okay.
2 spot.
So Grand Season's in my 1 spot, and haunted house is in
I'm
your
going haunted
2.
house
okay.
on my.
Okay.
Despite the name.
Sure.
Why you got the Grand Season number 1?
A.
Yep.
It's a season for it.
Sure.
B. I am so impressed
Yeah.
that a beer is at 10%,
Right.
and it's not overly
Overwhelming.
sweet. It's
Yeah.
not overwhelming. It gives you those notes. It's easy to drink.
Can't disagree.
What I like about the haunted house is the hoppy notes.
Yeah.
It's a darker beer, but you got those hoppy notes. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going haunted house right here, right now, just simply because of the roasty toasty notes, and it's fitting me
Perfect.
right now.
Yeah.
the grand season, if we'd have hit this up last week, I'm right there. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
You know?
I
think
agree.
Maybe just because we're past Christmas by a few days,
You're like,
I'm kind of like, no, that is really good.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of in the mood for this right now.
I done had all the cinnamon and ginger I want. Like, I need something else. No, I totally. I see it. I feel it.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of feeling.
Oh, man.
We're not wrong. Neither one of us.
No.
We're both right.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what is even more right?
What?
Getting everybody up here to Allagash. Because
Abso-freaking-lutely.
you need to get up here.
This is a cool setting, cool
really,
place.
really, truly is.
Great beer.
What I love about breweries and visiting breweries is, like, you get to experience the things that they can't ship because of price. You get to experience things that they're doing just at the brewery.
Right.
You get to experience all those things. And, like, to me, that's what the brewery is. Like, their famous beer is the Allagash White.
Sure.
And it's great.
Yeah.
We both had it.
Yeah.
It's a great beer.
Yeah.
But it's the beer that they make so they can make the other beers.
Right.
And that's what I love about local breweries like this.
Yeah.
Especially, like, on a national or at least a fairly large distribution level. It's like, yeah, we stand by Allagash White. It's a great beer.
Clearly you know what you're doing there.
Exactly.
Let me see what else you can play around with.
And I love that this delivers.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, in the best way.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to a brewery last night. No names. It was fine.
It's fine. It's
You
all
know,
right.
These 4 would be on top of
Easy.
any of the things we had at that other one.
Yeah. We kind of just went, okay, we'll go to there for that
Food
other
was
brewery.
great.
Yeah, food was great.
Beers were okay?
Beers were fine.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about, and we're
Yeah.
not going to even mention it.
Yeah, but they were good.
Right. But here, we're going to mention it.
But yeah, no, these are amazing.
Yeah.
Everything that we've had, amazing.
Agreed. Well, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
Cheers to 2024.
Here it comes.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're starting this way.
Yep.
I'm glad we're starting this year on a trip.
Yep.
And I'm interested to see what this year brings for us.
Can't agree more.
Well, we'd love to know, what do you think about the Allagash Brewing portfolio as a whole? What have you had, and what did we not have that we should have had?
Indeed. Or maybe what's your favorite beer from this neck of the woods?
Ooh.
Give me a New England brewery that you've had some stuff from that is your favorite, and maybe we can try to hit that one up next time.
Yeah, what did we miss?
Yeah, for sure, because it's definitely a beer land.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
And that excites me. Because I think we're leaving here. We're probably going to another
We're going
brewery.
straight to another brewery.
Yeah, for sure. And we also want to know, what are your goals for 2024? I know we asked that last episode.
Sure.
But, like, now that it's kind of fresh in your mind, the New Year's just happened.
Perhaps a little more focus.
Sure. What are you hoping for 2024? We'd love to hear from you.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, you can reach us through email. It's dripandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
Drip and Stone is always one word. DREP and Stone. Come find us where you socialize your media, and we'll socialize some right back at you.
Absolutely. And we'd love if you support the podcast. You can do so financially. That's through our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/dripandstone. You can also support the podcast by rating Drip and Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one. And
Just
finally,
like this one.
Kyle,
Yes, sir.
you can also support the podcast by telling someone about Drip and Stone. I'm going to do it right now. You, sir.
Everybody looked.
Yeah, they did. Excuse me, madam. Have you heard about Drip and Stone? It's a podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation, and we talk about all kinds of great stuff. You're going to love it.
Yeah. Here's a sticker.
You're welcome. Is that easy?
Yeah, we just did it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. And you could do likewise.
You see that Drip and Stoner walk by just a second ago?
I did.
The guy recognized us.
He did. He stopped.
Yeah.
He looked. He was standing in the rain,
Gave
too.
us the nod.
He
Yeah.
did. Gave us a nod.
Yeah.
I waved at him. He
Right.
waved back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He showed me his Drip and Stone tattoo.
Yeah. Incredible.
So
I wouldn't
great.
have put it there, but hey,
You know,
each his own.
well, I would have put it there, but I wouldn't have shown it in public.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just sensitive, but everybody's got their own things.
Some people like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. And if you don't have a sticker and you want a sticker so you can give to other people,
Or a tattoo.
sure.
Let us know. We'll send you the JPEG.
Yeah, we will. On that note, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
If you angle more this way, yeah. You know what I mean? Or if you scooted back, if we went that way and you're like got that wall there, you should
Doodle with a pink tail.
got a doge. A puppy doge. I will say it's absolutely delightful. You're in for a treat, sir. I've always been more of a Marianne, but yeah, I'll search. I love the ones that got the touch of red.
So pretty.
Like that'll be
Yeah.
the last dog I ever have. Is that dog right there?
Golden Retriever, touch of red.
Yeah. The red
So-
golden retriever.